Hello and a warm welcome to a brand new episode of South Central. It's an action-packed Thursday across the 5 southern states, and we at South Central are here as always to keep a close pulse on everything happening in the region. So before we dive right into the key news, discussion points and talking heads of the day, let's take a look at everything making headlines at this hour. In Bengaluru, Microsoft Chairman and CEO Satya Nadella pitches for an agentic AI future, says developers need a mindset shift as software majors begin building AI factories at scale. HUL gives its iconic Horlicks brand a whole new facelift. The company launches the all-new Horlicks Superfoods in Chennai as management expects Tamil Nadu and Kerala to drive a bulk of its sales. The Karnataka government tables its hate speech bill amid protests by the opposition BJP. The legislation proposes non-bailable jail terms and covers hate speech across physical mediums and electronic platforms. After Karnataka's recent impetus to startups in the state, Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy announces a 1,000 crore rupee fund of funds for startups in the state. The CM says Hyderabad should target 100 unicorns by 2034. The Chennai airport has reported a minor dip in revenues after a slew of cancellations by Indigo. AAI data reveals the airport saw 629 cancellations between December 1st and 9th, at a total of 1,317 flight delays. It's a proud moment for Tamil Nadu as the state's additional Chief Secretary heading the Department of Environment, Climate Change and Forests, Supriya Sahu, wins the 2025 Champions of the Earth Award from the United Nations. Our top story first. Microsoft Chairman and CEO Satya Nadella was in Bengaluru today, delivering a keynote address on behalf of Microsoft at a tech summit in the city. Nadella said he was betting big on a full stack of AI agents in order to go beyond AI chat centricity. That is pretty much the way things are at present. The Microsoft boss also said that the company's AI agent Copilot would soon assume the role of analyst, researcher, and multiple other roles all rolled into one. So much so that software giants, including the likes of Cognizant, Wipro, and TCS, could build what Nadella called deep AI factories. Now, these comments came in the light of Microsoft chairperson calling on developers to undergo a mindset shift and pick up skills that would help make that shift happen. Let's listen in to what Satya Nadella said.
But to me, mindset shift, even for developers, is going to be important. Obviously, we need to pick up all these skills. What we're doing at Microsoft is just building out a full stack to help get leverage on it. The first thing is, at the experience layer, can we put this stateful Copilot experience across all of what you use every day, right? Whether you're using the Copilot app itself, or you're in Excel, or you're in Word, or you're in Outlook, or Teams, or what have you, can we bring essentially this ability for you to interact with an agentic system, starting with conversation, request, response, but going fully agentic. In other words, assign tasks and come back and inspect the output.
Well, a mindset shift it is then, even as Microsoft, among others, looks to navigate the future of not just agentic AI, but a bevy of AI agents really playing the role of analysts and research. At least that's the word coming in from the Microsoft chairman and CEO. But from one tech major to another, Andhra Pradesh IT Minister Nara Lokesh met Google CEO Sundar Pichai in San Francisco. The minister was in the city on an official visit where he is reported to have discussed Google's planned $15 billion AI data center project in Visakhapatnam with Mr. Pichai. In fact, that $15 billion investment outlay is one of Google's largest overseas. We're told that the Andhra IT minister also used the occasion to invite Google to explore further investments, including server manufacturing opportunities in the state. Meanwhile, Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy has announced a major push to boost the state's startup ecosystem, unveiling plans for a new 1,000 crore rupees startup fund of funds. The announcement came as the Chief Minister inaugurated the Google for Startups Hub at T-Hub in Hyderabad, the first Google-branded facility of its kind anywhere in India. The Chief Minister also said the fund would be designed to help local startups scale and innovate. Chief Minister Revant Reddy has set an ambitious goal for at least 100 Hyderabad startups to turn unicorns by 2034. Well, if that can happen, the one place it could possibly take form and shape is Hyderabad, given the ecosystem of startup incubation that the city and the state has built over the years. Right, moving on to news from the FMCG space now. 5 years since acquiring one of India's most iconic malted beverage brands, Horlicks, Hindustan Unilever Limited is all set to give the product a whole new facelift. The company has launched the all-new Horlicks Superfoods in Chennai. The new Horlicks Superfoods comes with a mix of malted barley, almonds, oats and millets, with HUL management telling ET Now that it expects Tamil Nadu and Kerala to continue driving a large part of its sales. Earlier today, I spoke exclusively to HUL's Executive Director of Food and Refreshments, Rajneet Kohli, and Unilever South Asia's Sujata Jayaraman on driving business from South India to the superfoods category and how R&D for the new Horlicks happened in a lab in Bengaluru. Here's a slice of that conversation.
The R&D challenge is how do we get the wholesome nutrition from the superfoods and make them bioavailable. That's where the Nutrimax technology come into play. When we take the grains, one of the barriers consumers to have them is many of them complain that they are not able to digest. So that is because of some of the anti-nutrients that are there, which we are able to reduce through the interventions that we do, like malting, which is like the sprouting of the grains, which reduces the phytates and also enhances the, unlocks some of the powerful nutrients that are there in the grains. Then we also do a mashing where we convert some of the complex molecules into simple to digest molecules that make the entire product to be stomach friendly. Right. The last but not least is the no added sugar variant that we are talking about. Here, what is the R&D challenge? Consumers love the signature Horlicks taste. We absolutely need to deliver that, but without any added sugar. So this is where, again, a technology comes into play where we use a smart sweetness technology, which is, again, developed by our, in the R&D center in Bengaluru, where we enhance the sweetness of the natural sugars that are present in malted barley to be able to deliver the sweetness and the signature Horlicks taste, but without any added sugar or without any artificial sweetener.
Right. And I think that is, in fact, a large part of the story of the new Horlicks itself in its relaunch stage. Rajneet, if I could very quickly come back to you. Let's talk markets for a bit. Yeah. How important is South India for you, really? The fact that you're relaunching or you're launching the all-new Horlicks from Tamil Nadu and Kerala first, talk to me about how crucial South India is in terms of sales. In fact, I think it occupies a very big chunk of the lifestyle category sales itself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for bringing that, and that's why we feel extremely proud. Extremely proud that we're launching it from Tamil Nadu. We are in Chennai today, launching it from here because to us, South India is a citadel for HUL and also for Horlicks per se. It's a citadel for our business. TN and Kerala are our super important market. This is where the consumer only part of as a beverage drink. It's seen as Horlicks is seen as an emotion. It's seen as a way of culture, and that's why we are here today because the market and our teams feel it's their drink. It's not our drink anymore as Horlicks.
So what percentage of the sales to the south occupy essentially these two states?
I would say for a large part, and I can give you broad numbers, the south of India would be close to 50% for the lifestyle nutrition part of the business, which we could do. So it's that important for us to be there, because that's where, from childhood part, it's part of the culture, and people growing up have been having that. So it's a super important market. We're very delighted because the consumers have always adopted and looked at things which are good for them. They're well read, they understand nutrition very well, and anything which is forward looking in nutrition, they're the first ones to adopt to here. So we're very happy to be here launching the product here first for Tamil Nadu and Kerala.
Right. So Rajneet, a lot of talk when it comes to Horlicks itself has been with regard to it being a superfood, and that's exactly what you've been talking a lot as well. What exactly is the size of this superfood category as far as the food and beverage business in India is concerned, and how much of it does HUL hope to take for itself?
Okay, so I think the overall nutrition market is large and sizable. We're happy to share that as kids and toddlers share when we talk about Horlicks. We have a significant share here. So it's on to us how we grow this category, and we kind of take share. It's not about share, it's just growing and catering to the consumer needs at this stage. So I would say that we have a significant share in this category. This is where we're dominant in that sense, and we ensure that every household when we travel, especially in Tamil Nadu and Chennai, in the entire areas, every household has a Horlicks or a Boost product which is there. So it's a very important market for us, and it's a growing thing which we are now catering to. What consumers are also looking for is also different formats, which is one being there in terms of superfood being there, so that essentially all their micronutrients need of the day are fulfilled in one go. Otherwise, it's very difficult today when people are saying you need to have protein, you need to have magnesium, you need to have nutrients are missing. So in one with Horlicks Superfoods, you're ensuring as part of the daily habit, without disturbing much, whether you're going to school, or work, or when you're coming back from work or after school, you have a cup of Horlicks, your all macronutrients needs are taken care of.
Right. And Rajin, Sujata, something that you've also spoken a lot about is the aspect of millets as part of the new drink itself, something that both Prime Minister Modi and the Indian government at large have been promoting an awful lot this year. In fact, recently, a well-known fast food chain spoke about millet buns being developed at Mysuru, no less, by way of R&D itself. And given that so much of the R&D for the new Horlicks has taken place in Bengaluru, how much of a focus do you feel researchers are giving millets and its role in foods at this time and place? And is this a market waiting to be tapped really insofar as food and beverages are concerned?
No, absolutely. There are not only industries but also universities are looking at how can we tap the nutritional benefits that millets have, and also could we look at synergies by using multiple type of millets. Especially we collaborate with the Millet Research Institute in Hyderabad and continue to do research on to how do we tap the full potential of millets. And some of the challenges that come in using millets in higher levels is the taste. So how do we develop process technologies that can make it not only nutritious but also helps in making it more tasty. Right. And several process technologies we are also working on in incorporating millets into multiple formats, and that is the challenge for R&D scientists.
All right. And Rajneet, I have to come and ask you this question. It almost seems as if we find ourselves at a time and place when the focus on Horlicks and other superfoods is almost coinciding with an equal focus on sugar-free products, and that itself has developed into a massive market in the food space. Now, I sometimes wonder, very recently, in fact, a few months ago, the HUL management spoke so much about premiumization in its food category itself. As far as, malted beverages are concerned and beverages itself, do you see the envelope being pushed insofar as talking about the sugar-free tag and, focusing a whole lot more on sugar as opposed to premiumization, which is happening in the coffee and the tea space? Or do you feel there's a lot more potential to further premiumize and look at Horlicks and other malted beverages, so to speak, insofar as the premiumization aspect goes? Is there more room to push the premium envelope itself?
I think, if you look at India overall, I'll just give you a few numbers, and I'm sure you're well aware of these numbers. 60 million of Indians have a per capita, consumptions just like France. 700 million have like Southeast Asia. Another 600 odd have like Africa. So India is, I always say, is not a country, it's a continent. It's very different things, and therefore you need to cater to all the kind of segments of consumers. everybody's aspiration need is to premiumize and upgrade. Having said that, as HUL, our role is to ensure that all the consumer needs, whether it's the 60, the France one, or the South Asia one, or the Africa one, we need to provide and ensure it's accessible and affordable. Because that's very important, because just not premiumization means, can you make the premium product also available in a smaller sachet? That's making it accessible again, is one way of looking at it. I would say that both, it's an and, not an or. Whether India needs to premiumize or needs to be affordable, it's an and. We need to do both, because there are many Indias, as I talked about, and our endeavor is in both things. We want to provide nutrition, affordable, great tasting, nutritious product, and also premiumize, as you said, in coffee and where variants where people are looking at doing that. Right. So it's an and answer, not an on answer.
Okay, so insofar as Horlicks is concerned, though, mass market segment is what you're looking at, or do you think you probably have SKUs for different segments or different categories?
I would answer in two ways again. It's a good question, firstly. So one is we're ensuring that even our no added sugar variants is almost at the same price as the normal Horlicks, classic Horlicks. So we're not premiumizing in the sense we want to give consumers the same accessibility in that sense. But having said that, also, as I said, it's also about formats. It's different formats. Today we have Horlicks currently in the powder format. We also launched Horlicks RTD, which is ready to drink beverages, which is in tetra format, in a PET format as well, which means you can have it in cold beverages. We've always been having Horlicks in a hot beverage. You can have it in Boost also. We've launched today in a cold format. We also have Horlicks biscuits, which are available, and times to come you can have different formats. It's about providing consumer the way it kind of wants to get served. Right. I always say as HUL and us, we are here to serve the consumers like the Aladdin Chirag, where and when the consumer wants us, we'll be there in whatever format.
I can imagine. So how many SKUs out there and how many more in the pipeline, so to speak?
Can't give forward looking, but what's already there in the market is the classic Horlicks. Now, as you're in Chennai today, it's there available. The no added variant is available. We have the RTD already 3 flavors on ready to drink available already. We have Boost ready to drink already available in the market. So these are already in the market, and there's always work for Sujata and me to ensure that we keep innovating.
Right.
Because food and beverages is all about taste, innovation, and flavors be coming through.
Sujata, I'll let you have the last word. Then from an R&D standpoint, where do you go from here? You've spoken so much about the key focus areas insofar as developing new Horlicks, insofar as focusing on millets. What are some of the key priority areas for you going forward on the R&D front? Where does you and your team go from here?
So our R&D priorities are aligned to the business vision. And like what Rajneet spoke about, how do we innovate more to get the wholesome nutrition and play a part in addressing the country's nutrition problem is one of our bigger mission. Right. And in that, getting consumers, like he said, in products that are contemporary with no added sugar, that will be a journey that we will continue. And also the one that he spoke about, like delivering in different formats, is something that we already have very strong capabilities to be able to cater to the business vision.
Right. One last question before I let you go. Where do you go from here on the business front? I know for a fact that premiumization of tea and coffee is something that's been spoken about. The new Horlicks gives you a whole new playground, more so in South India, like we just discussed in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Where do you go from here? What else is on the anvil without sounding too forward-looking in the South, pan-India? Where does HUL in the food and beverages category go?
No, I think we've got an enormous headspace to grow. That's the way I look at the business, without giving any numbers per se. But I would say that each of our categories, there's a space for premiumization. Whether it's tea, coffee, we have an immense portfolio in Kisan, where we also expanding the Kisan range as well. We have Nor, which is the soups side. There's noodles. There's also Hellmann's, which is mayonnaise as well. So we've got a really strong brands, which are. It's up to us how we kind of expand those brands in different formats, different flavors, and extend different geographies as well. So some of our products can move to different geographies, which are only, say, South and East-centric, can we take it to different territories. So yes, from a channel perspective, geography perspective, category perspective, there's an immense opportunity for us to grow upward and onwards.
Well, a strategic launch there from HUL in Chennai, the all-new Horlicks Superfoods, given that 50% of the company's sales in the lifestyle category at least originates from South India. So the 5 southern states becoming a crucial market there for the FMCG player. Now moving on, but staying with Tamil Nadu, in news from the real estate space, the state has accounted for over 250 GCCs, Tamil Nadu that is, with Chennai alone accounting for 10% of India's total stock in global capability centers. This statistic is according to a report released by real estate consultancy Anirok in partnership with FICCI. The report says the state is the second most competitive location for electronic R&D activity globally, with 750 plus R&D sites, all of which have presumably powered Tamil Nadu's growth in the GCC segment. In fact, Anirok's report names Chennai and Coimbatore as two cities that double up as GCC hubs, with Coimbatore, in fact, among the top two Tier 2 cities when it comes to GCC investments. On the data center front, Chennai, along with Mumbai, continues to hold its own. Both cities, in fact, continue to account for 70% of the total data center stock in India. However, Madurai and Coimbatore, the report adds, are also quickly catching up on the data center front. The Chennai International Airport, meanwhile, has reported a minor dip in revenues following the recent Indigo chaos. According to a report, the disruption spanning December 1st to December 9th had a total of 629 Indigo flights that were cancelled, with 1,317 more flights that were reported as having been delayed. This, of course, according to an Airports Authority of India data, which was released and reported just recently. Now, while an exact loss figure has not been reported as yet by the AAI, the disruption has had an impact on airport ground activity and allied areas of revenue generation for the Chennai airport, which in turn has had an impact, a marginal one, on its revenue. Staying with Tamil Nadu, over the last few years, Supriya Sahu has been one of the more well-known faces and voices in the state for issues surrounding the environment, forests and climate change. Tamil Nadu's additional chief secretary has now been recognized by the United Nations for her work in environment and climate change. In Nairobi, the 1991 batch IAS officer has just received the 2025 Champions of the Earth Award instituted by the UN Environment Programme. The award ceremony, of course, was held in Nairobi in Kenya. Supriya came into public reckoning back when she was district collector at the Nilgiris district in the early 2000s, especially for leading Operation Blue Mountain, which aimed to ban the use of single-use plastic in the Nilgiris mountain ranges. More recently, the senior bureaucrat led cleanup operations in 2023 when 24,000 litres of crude oil spilt into the Ennore Creek in North Chennai from a CPCL refinery in the vicinity. Well, Supriya Sahu there taking top honours as far as that UN award in the environment space goes. Moving to Puducherry now, Coimbatore-based lottery baron Santiago Martin's family has decided to dive into the big bad world of politics. The son of Santiago Martin, that's Charles, will launch his political party in Puducherry this weekend. Charles made the announcement from Geneva, where he is presently on work. He said he would name his party the LJK, or the Lachya Jananaya Katchi. Santiago Martin, remember, came into public reckoning in 2024 when it was revealed that his company, that's Future Gaming and Hotel Services Limited, had paid up to 1,368 crore rupees in electoral bonds just ahead of the 2024 general elections. Moving to news from politics and legislation now, the Karnataka government has tabled its much talked about Hate Speech and Hate Crimes Bill 2025 in the State Assembly. The legislation has been drafted in the attempt to push a major overhaul of the very definition and punishment surrounding speech-related offences. The new hate speech bill covers anything spoken, written, published or shared online or offline for that matter that promotes enmity or ill will against individuals or groups, including on the basis of religion, caste, gender, sexual orientation, language, disability or place of birth. As we have been reporting, penalties are steep. First-time offenders face 1 to 7 years imprisonment, while repeat offenders could see jail time up to 10 years with fines that could go up to 1 lakh rupees. The offences, as per the bill, are non-bailable. In a first for the state, as per the bill, authorities will also be empowered to order a takedown of online hate content in order to prevent its spread. While the government says the measure is meant to safeguard constitutional values and protect social harmony, the opposition led by the BJP has pushed back hard, calling it a potential tool for political misuse and an overreach that could in fact curb hate speech. Meanwhile, phase 2 of Kerala's local body elections is drawing to a close today. In all, a total of 1.53 crore voters cast their votes for 38,994 candidates contesting in 12,931 wards and 604 local bodies. It's the season of back-to-back polls in God's own country. The local body elections will be followed by assembly elections in a few months from now. Both contests are likely to dictate the immediate future of the ruling Left Democratic Front, or the LDF, led by the CPIM in the state of Kerala. Right, with that, it's a wrap on this episode of South Central. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow for more news and updates from South India. And meanwhile, keep staying tuned to ET Now for more news and updates from markets and beyond. For the moment, it's goodbye from us.